to go back to, we're talking about your daughter, right? Mm-hmm. You have a daughter.
I do.
How old is she now?
She'll be 20 in December.
Wow. I can't believe that you have a 20-year-old daughter. That's incredible. One more year. She's
Wait, when she got 18, she was letting me know, I am grown. Well, then you need to find your way.
Now, how was she? Did she actually move to Turks and Caicos also? Or she stayed here, she was in college?
Well, her last 2 years of high school, she was in Switzerland.
Mm-hmm.
Then she came home. When I say home, in Turks and Caicos with me. Actually, and I was still filming all of us. So she was in Turks for 6 months, staying with Michael, because I wanted them to kind of get used to each other, the whole family environment, and I would come, like I said, every weekend when I was taping, and then I had every week off of every month, so I would do that. It was
that
great.
has to be hard, because then you brought him into her life, and then all this drama happens.
She didn't care.
She didn't care? She's grown.
She grown. And it's like, after she left, she went away to the University of Buckingham in London. Mm-hmm. So she's used to kind of being on her own.
I know.
Yeah, and I love that, that she has had that opportunity to do that. And so for her, she was actually mad that this took place, because she was like, well, wait a minute, because he actually stopped helping her financially through school. Mm-hmm. And his thing was, I want to help Kai until she gets her bachelor's degree. And I said, oh, well,
that's nice.
Wow, right, And I'm thinking that is what family does,
mm-hmm.
So that's not abnormal. It's like, great. So now that, he and I have fallen out, mm-hmm. now you take that out on my child and her education. That right there, I don't respect.
It's vindictive.
I don't respect that at all.
You said you wouldn't be with a guy if he didn't have money. Was that more just jokes, or is that like for real?
Let me do this, because you know what, you're right, because a lot of people say she's a gold digger, she's this, she's that. I don't dig, first of all. I don't even like being in the garden. You need to know, right? All right, there you go. No hope. So we're gonna have way too much fun. But you need to know where a person comes from before you be able to put that off on them. Mm-hmm. And I come from a well-to-do family. My father, we own 14 hotels and motels, law offices, car wash, cleaners, banks, steel mills, radio stations, every type of business you want to know. I grew up in the back seat of my father's car. Right. So I automatically became a business-minded person automatically. Mm-hmm. So I was not some young lady, even before I got to Hollywood, that grew up in the ghetto. Right. I went past the ghetto. I had friends in the ghetto, but that's about it. You know what I mean?
You can get ghetto on somebody if you have
to. And I can be ghetto fabulous, you know what I'm saying? But, I was private plane and champagne sipping before I met him. Mm-hmm. Everybody wants to be with a winner. And that,
what if he has a winning personality?
I hope he does have that. Some things is just automatic. You have your list of what you are going to accept and what you're going to take. And mine are different. Well, shouldn't be different, because just look at the white people, the white girls, the white mamas. What do they tell their kids? You date this lawyer, this doctor. They rear them differently. Mm-hmm. Why is it so bad when a black girl thinks the same way?
I thought that was a career.
My mother wants me to make sure that I'm with somebody that's wealthy and healthy, that's going to treat me well. Just because he has money doesn't mean I'm negating the fact that he has personality, he's loving, he's generous, he's kind. All of those things, it goes hand in hand to me.
Would you date a younger guy though?
I'm not opposed to that.
Because you look young, so why not? And
yeah, like a 23.
They're really good for
a little cougar, right?
What about it? Is 23 too young?
Mm-hmm. I have experience on me. I want him to have experience.
Then there was all this drama, of course, with all of that happened, like with you and Rocsi, from 106 and Park. Did you feel like maybe he told her that it was over between you two and she thought it was okay, and maybe it was more his fault?
Okay. What do you think? Because
I don't know.
If in fact that you are in some woman's house, you'll be able to tell if that woman is wrong or not. And here's the thing that I got a problem with that. And it's not the woman's fault. You know what I mean? It's definitely he put her in that position, This is where I had to come to grips with her. This is a historical position that I'm in and that Michael was in as the premier of this country and as the first lady of this country. If you're dating and you become a mistress of someone, then be a mystery. Mm-hmm. You do that across the street. You have to protect the image of the country that you are supporting and that you work for. He did not do that. And so when she came in the middle of that, it was almost like, well, do you know what you're getting yourself into here? Let me smack you on the wrist. Stop it. This is way bigger than you. For real. So for me, she's a kid to me.
Right.
She's almost the age my daughter is. You know? So is she a factor to me? Absolutely not. None.
So now what's next for you, Lisa Raye? I know you have that. Now exactly what is this reality show that you're doing, that you just started filming? What is it?
Some of those questions that I didn't really answer, you'll be able to get those answers in the reality show. And because of all the rumors, because of all the blogs, because of all the internet and TMI and TMZ and media takeout and all that. Right, TMI, too much information. All that. Right. You have to be able to hear those things from the horse's mouth.
Right.
And that's me. So everybody was like, well, tell me a little bit about this and a little bit about that. And it's like, and they said, you should do a reality show. And they wanted to make it on who would be the next man that I would date. Everybody want to know that. I have a movie that I'm about to produce and finding investors for, and I got an investor, so we should be starting to go into post-production real soon and just make some other opportunities for some other actresses as well as myself and getting back into Hollywood.
Okay, that's great. Well, I'm sorry our show is over because I felt like I could talk to you for hours.
Oh, but, what? That mean I have to come back. And I think they wanted me to take my glasses off, right? So,
there you go. See?
Yeah. So make sure they can see me.
Oh, cute. Well, Lisa Raye looking good, in good spirits. If I was you, I felt like I was like, is she going to be off of like being in love and getting married ever again? But I'm glad to see this has not broken you down.
I can't wait to see who comes in my life. I know I'm going to have a Prince Charming. I always do. So come to mama.
Not that young though, right? All right, Shade 45. Lisa Raye, thank you so much. I know we're going to meet again.